taking whatever Nando says. We are not taking whatever you says. We are going by the facts. Nando says it's 18.5. It was paid to you. We have seen you have received. You have altogether about 16 million so far. Correct?
No, I have not received even the 15.
17 million so far.
I will give you the breakdown tomorrow.
15 million is the agreement.
15 is the agreement.
Plus 2 million extra.
No, the 2 million were part of the 15 million, sir.
That's not what the evidence says. That's what you are saying.
I will give you tomorrow the list of the payments I received from Nando in cash, in check, in foreign currency.
Now, if the 2 million is part of the 15 million, Mr. Chabell, then you had really acted fraudulently.
Sorry?
Acted fraudulently.
No, sir, yeah.
Yes, no. Yes. You and is either you and the mayor or Mr. Batchily, all of you acted fraudulently. Or maybe Mr. Batchily does not really know the in-depth of all your arrangement. The issue here is, as Nando had put it, you went and negotiated a plot of land with the mayor. All right? The land is not worth 2 million. The land was for 15 million. You had an agreement on the 14th of May 2019. You were given 2 million advance payment, correct? You said it, 2 million is part of the 15 million. You were given 2 million advance payment. Then you paid that 2 million based on your agreement with the mayor.
To the bank?
Based on your agreement with the mayor.
Yes, sorry, yeah.
Correct?
That payment, yes.
And what is the outstanding balance? 13 million. Correct?
Correct.
13 million. But you guys only declared 2 million.
I beg your pardon?
You guys only declared 2 million.
I only declared 2 million too, but Mr. Lead Counsel, my agreement with the BCC is one.
Yes.
My agreement with Nando or MK Stores is another one.
No.
Yes, sir.
Your agreement has always been with Nando.
No, sir. Nando cannot give me lease me a piece of land. That was done between the company and BCC. I told you, we approached a group called Fuani, the High Sense Group.
No evidence of that.
Yeah, okay, it was done verbally.
No evidence of that.
It was done verbally.
When you were selling the land to Nando, you had an evidence.
When it came to signing the lease, because Nando insisted the lease and all the conditions, we agreed on the payment term, etc. Then we signed with Nando. I would have done the same with Fuani had we come to some agreement.
Nope. You would have done the same with Fuani before you put in 2 million.
Before I put the 2 million? Yes, if we had come to terms and the price agreed with Fuani, we would have done.
Did you pay $2 million to BCC because Fuani wanted to have a partnership with you?
Partnership with me?
That's what you said. With Fuani, the company. Did you pay 2 million to BCC's account because of your oral agreement with Fuani?
No. Because that deal fell through. So we reverted to MK Stores. When we agreed, we paid the 2 million.
No. Not correct.
It is correct, sir.
That cannot be correct. That is so false,
no,
my friend.
You said it yourself that there was an agreement between us and MK Stores dated 14th of May.
Yes.
On the 20th, we paid the 2 million to Basic Bank.
Yes.
But there's nothing false.
But then you said yourself that because of your agreement with Fuani, you paid $2 million. That's what you said.
That's wrong. Sorry, maybe it's after 5-6 years and my old age.
No, my friend. At your old age, after 5-6 years, you will have lost all your millions.
No, I will not lose my millions, sir.
Exactly. So you knew what you were doing. But because your first evidence is debunked, you're trying to change it because the documents, they speak for itself. That's why I said to you, the agreement was all along with Nando.
No, that's one thing, Mr. Lead Counsel, I don't agree with.
You don't have to agree with it.
I did not start with Nando the process.
You did?
No, sir.
Of course.
I did not. The people are witness, they are still living here.
You don't have a message. You don't have an email, you don't have any form of documentation to show that that fictitious company exists, especially in this transaction. You don't do business like that, my friend.
It's not fictitious, Mr. Counsel. And deals are done verbally non-stop, all
Chabell,
over.
you don't do business like that. Nobody does. When I said to you clearly that you will not pay $2 million with that high risk, you said it's possible. You said it yourself. We can play all the tape. I'm not sure the IT guy whether he can play the tape.
No, I said it's possible. It's possible. I take risk. We take
Mr.
risk.
Dauda, can we have the tape played? Is it possible?
No, but if you say so, it's possible.
Use the microphone.
Yes, we can.
Please, that part where Mr. Chabell gave evidence in relation to Chabell, we will proceed while they are arranging to play back.
I don't have it. I take your word for it. It's fine. Go ahead.
You think?
I say I take your word for it. Go ahead.
No, Mr. Chabell, here it's not about my word. The commissioners, they are independent of what I say and what you say.
Okay.
They consider what you say and what we say here, and then they will form their decision. Okay. Do you understand that?
I do.
What I am doing is I'm trying to accuse you of fraud. You and the mayor and possibly Mr. Batchily.
There's no fraud, Mr. Counsel.
The evidence shows that.
No, the evidence doesn't show fraud, Mr. Counsel.
Of course, it shows that. It shows you profited unlawfully from a transaction that was dubious in the first place. No evidence of what you disclosed to council, that you have a packaging company here and there. You did not submit to them any documentation to that effect. I even wonder how they even allocated this to you. You did not provide proof to them, did you? What you said to them, to council, did you give them any proof? I'm asking you, did you give them, the mayor, any proof that the partners you are dealing with, they are here, these are their documentation, and so on and so forth?
I wasn't asked.
Exactly, they are not interested.
But that doesn't make it fraudulent, Mr.
Of course,
No.
if you're going to convince anyone
No.
for a multi-million dollars business, you don't go with empty hand. You go with serious information so that they will act on the information and do their due diligence. That's what you do. No one walks just to the mayor's office and say, I have partners that want to come here, they want to invest $50 million, says I want a plot of land, and then they allocate the plot of land. It does not work that way. You and I know that. Right?
No.
Yes, it doesn't work that way.
No, I don't agree. You said if I don't agree, I can tell you I don't agree.
Of course, why not?
So
I don't take offense to that. So you can walk anytime, anywhere to the mayor's office and say to the mayor that you have a business proposal and that you have partners, that they have $50 million investment or dollars.
I never said so.
But you never provided any evidence to them.
But if I wasn't asked by BCC to furnish whatever document they needed. I did not.
So you were sure, or you had hope, that if you go without any documentation, that there's a chance of them agreeing. Why?
Because like anywhere else, like the Minister of Local Government in the old days, when you apply for a piece of land, you write and apply for a piece of land to build a house. So I applied to BCC for a plot of land around the Banjul area.
No.
Yes.
There is a criteria, my friend.
Yes.
Even Minister of Lands, if they ever give you any land in that manner, then it may have been fraudulent as well. There should be a criteria. Do you work for government? Or have you ever served in government in any form? Is there any interest they have in you or whatsoever?
No.
There is supposed to be a criteria.
Okay.
You and I know this. There's supposed to be a criteria. You understand that?
I understand. What
Exactly.
I'm trying to say is that if BCC had asked me, had they asked me for further information, I would have tried to provide it.
Mr. Chabell, if I come to your office and I tell you I want $50 million to do an investment, I have partners that are coming in from Dubai, without giving you any evidence, you will not give it to me.
No, not to you. But I was dealing with BCC, a reputable municipality, BCC, KMC. That's why I paid the cash to the basic
But
bank
what reputation
account.
do you have that
Sorry?
they will act on your word without any evidence?
I beg your pardon?
What reputation do you have? What makes you different from the ordinary Gambian?
No, but nothing.
That's it.
I'm no different from anyone.
That's why I am saying the ordinary Gambian would not have that luxury, wouldn't have that privilege to just walk in and say, I have partners in the air and be given a whole 100 by 100 plus.
I couldn't reply to you, sir.
No, my friend, because you know it's true.
No.
Because you know it's true. You wouldn't do that. You run a business, correct? You run a business. Correct?
Yes, I did run a business, yes.
So you would not do that. If anyone comes to you with a business proposal, you want to know they are serious. Correct?
Yeah, it depends who it is.
It doesn't matter.
It matters.
You rather give your money for free than you are tricked into a business without evidence. That's it. Over. Mr. Batchily,
Yes.
you see the agreement on the 14th of May, and you see the transfer on the 20th, correct? The transfer paid to you was on the 20th.
Yeah,
Have a look at it too.
please.
Mr. Batchily,
Yes.
you see that?
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
Into the microphone, please. Please speak to the microphone.
Sorry. Yes, I've seen it. The agreement was made on the 14th of May, and then the payment was effected into the account on the 20th
Correct.
Of May.
And then you had Mr. Chabell tell you that the $2 million that was paid to the account is from Nando. You heard him say that.
I heard him say it, yeah.
What comes to your mind?
No, lead counsel, for me in particular, I don't think I can have anything in mind.
Now
because I've never seen
you are as the CEO.
I've never
Now,
seen this.
if your evidence is you genuinely believe that you were dealing with Chabell, yes, for a genuine purpose,
Yeah,
and then Mr. Nando is only Chabell gave Mr. Nando a power of attorney, as far as you believe. Now you see there was an agreement of sale.
yes.
Now
I've-
we see
I've
the
seen-
money is taken from Nando, paid to you. What do you make out of this? Were you guys tricked?
Yes.
You were tricked. Now explain to us. That's what I mean when I say, what do you make out of this?
Because in the simple sense that if I look at the agreement with the EMK stores on the 14th of May,
Yes.
and then seeing that on the 20th of May, the 2 million was paid into the account, then it's very likely that, like the money, as we are talking about here, might have been sourced from EMK stores.
Might have been.
Sourced from EMK stores.
What might have been sourced?
Like the payment of the 2 million.
Yes.
as you're stipulating.
Yes.
Yeah, it can.
Now it's no longer it's not a matter of might have been now.
Yes.
It's a matter of fact now.
Yeah, yeah.
The money is from EMK stores, right? Even the 2 million
It makes sense.
that you initially received is from EMK stores.
Yes.
This you as CEO did not know about
About the agreement?
the money coming from EMK stores, about having an agreement for the land to be given to EMK stores. That was the initial agreement.
Yes.
You did not know about all of this.
No, I did not know about all of this.
Okay. You as an individual, you don't know about this.
Personally asked Batchily.
How would we know, Mr. Batchily? Why would you be excluded from this?
Based on two factors. First, it's like if you look at the agreement, this is agreement between the two of them.
Yes.
There's nothing mentioning the council or any copies.
It doesn't have to mention the
or-
council.
or any copies that were made to us for us to know.
It doesn't have to mention the council. That is why I said to you, when you had an agreement with Party A,
Yes.
Party A paid $2 million.
Yes.
Last minute you were to transfer to Party A. Party A said, no, transfer it to Party C. That
Yeah. Yes.
is suspicious transaction by any standard. Any reasonable man would know that does not make sense.
Well, for us at that particular point
Just
in
speak
time.
for yourself,
Okay.
not for the mayor. The mayor negotiated this deal.
For me, let me restrict it to myself. Really, I just do not have a clue.
Mr. Batchily,
And I'm sure if all of them were to be here, they could
If-
attest to the fact that I had no clue about this agreement.
if both of,
If all of the parties were to be here, I'll appreciate it.
did you believe the mayor did not disclose that information to you?
She can attest to the fact that nothing was ever explained to me with regards to this transaction.
The mayor never explained anything to you regarding this transaction.
Absolutely.
You were only acting on instructions.
In fact, when I learned about it, I sent her a WhatsApp message
To
the mayor
saying what?
that after this has happened,
What did you say to the mayor?
I told the mayor that it is now that I am learning that these two parties, one of them, sold the land to the other.
When was this?
This is about some time ago. I can't remember, but it's definitely in my WhatsApp.
Which year? Can you access your WhatsApp now? We give you a few minutes. Or
Batchily,
Yes,
just for a moment, let me maybe refer you to a letter you yourself wrote to the CEO founder of Consulting Limited,
yes,
where you have said that following the meeting and following the agreement from the General Council, you are now giving him access to the plot of land measuring 100 by 100. Is it not you that wrote that letter?
yes.
Yes. So how can you now tell this commission? How do you want us to appreciate the fact that you don't understand this transaction? And you said in your letter that you are looking forward to the preparation of the agreement that you are talking about, that lead counsel is talking about. If you did not have any knowledge and you are not a party to this transaction.
I think his question is centering on the sale issue.
Sale?
The sale issue.
Yes.
I think that's what, if my understanding, that's what he was trying to say, if I'm aware of the sale.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, the letter that I wrote is like a standard letter.
What is the inference when you said you are looking forward for the preparation of the agreement? Was it not for the sale?
No, because normally what
That is different.
No.
That is different.
Let me explain.
Yes.
What happens is
No, answer my question first. Is it different from the sale?
it's nothing to do with the sale.
Sale. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
It's nothing to do with the sale.
You may proceed.
Yes,
Council.
the technicians, do we have it?
Lead counsel,
Yes, sir.
can you kindly allow me to come tomorrow with it because it's not in this.
Okay.
But I surely have it.
No problem, sir. But the bottom line is you sent a message to the mayor.
Yes, that I'm just learning now that there was a sale of the land, and then I'm putting it to you that I've just heard about it. Do you know something about it?
She said what?
And she told me that she doesn't.
Of course. But at least we now know that the price is determined by the two of them.
Yes. It's clearly stipulated in my WhatsApp.
Yeah. But we need the part after the introduction of Mr. Chabell. And the allocation that was made to you?
I was approached by some people who wanted to
If you guys need time, we can give you time. You need time. Right. Anyways, the Chabell, did you give any part of this money to anyone
assembly plant.
in council?
And I approached lawyers and BCC brokers. Yes, they wanted it around Banjul
Lawyers.
road area. So
And
I did
I have to
approach.
pay the lawyer to prepare the
BCC.
lease. I paid Miss Silla, I paid the agent that introduced me to the first guy, and then
Sometime
I went to
Mr.
with
Council
somebody
in
to clean the land. The
2019.
You
first
paid
land, sorry?
the
Yes.
agent
Thank you.
that introduced you to the first person.
2019.
Why?
Please proceed. Yep. But then
What was the deal with him in the beginning?
that project
So you were to sell the land to the first people?
failed. It did not
Say that again?
Were you to sell
materialize.
the land to the first guys?
Then as subsequently
Were you to sell the land to the first guys?
No, but for the agreement to deal
MK stores
and for the packaging plant.
involved,
No,
I managed
Mr.
to get
Chabell.
road to BCC.
You only pay
telling
the
them
agent
that they should
for the
do
first guys
transaction,
if you were to sell the
lease
land to them.
Transaction with MK
Yes.
stores.
When
This is
it didn't, when
Mr.
it didn't
Council,
materialize,
nutshell,
I went to
the resume
Nandu.
of what
Were you to sell the land to the first guys?
No,
You said yes.
One of them.
I said no, it was for a project.
No,
So-
but
Yes,
then you
I
would not
have
have
given
paid
them
an
all
agent
to
for it.
I paid the agent when it was sold to Nandu.
team
But I'm
that
saying,
that had
you
conducted
said you
the
had
investigation.
to pay the agent who introduced you to the first guys.
No, sorry. I paid the agent who introduced, who was in a deal with me, with Nandu.
No, no. Your evidence is in.
That's what I just said now. Sorry,
but
that
I-
was a mistake then. It
Yes,
was a
I have one,
lapsus.
sir.
Sorry.
No. You are speaking the truth the first time. Then you didn't realize what you were saying. Now it makes sense what you were saying is implicating you. Now you want to change it. And remember one thing. We have Nando's statement. We have interviewed Nando.
Well, I know MK
And for all the
stores
things you were
through
saying
their
about
CEO,
agents,
Mr.
there was no agent between you and Nando.
Rajwani.
What is your relationship with
Mr. Council, I cannot
Just
comment
we used to
on
do,
a statement
used to have
from Nandu
business
whether
transactions in the old days.
it is correct or not.
There was no agent between you and Nando.
Yes,
That is a fact. Because we have interviewed Mr. Nando. Now I'm asking you, was there an agent between you and Mr. Nando?
Between me and Nandu, there were even two agents.
Who were these agents?
I was introduced to him by, I told you, lawyer Sheriff Tambedu, and by one Mr. Abbas.
Lawyer Sitamayo is not an agent. He's a lawyer.
No, he's a lawyer, yeah.
Witnessed to be appealing to evidence in black as an exhibit. We can give you guys time. You guys can sort it out. We can play it tomorrow, if that is okay. Mr. Elhajj, are you educated in English language? Please follow.
I beg your pardon?
Can you read and write?
Yes, I can.
After the introduction.
That was the initial contact.
When was this? Which year?
Council, honestly, I don't remember unless I go to the statement or I don't know.
You can please.
I don't know if I have it here. This was some years back. I don't know if I have a copy of the statement here.
Dauda, let's wait until tomorrow. We get the exact part and you can play it. Now, the second agent.
Sorry?
The second agent.
Yes.
The name?
Abbas.
Abbas what?
Jabir.
Chabell. He introduced you to Nando.
He first introduced me to the Fuani family, the first group. Then he was with me when we were negotiating with Nandu.
He was with you.
Yes.
Did he introduce Nando to you?
No.
That's what I said. That he did not introduce you to Nando.
No.
There was no agent between you and Nando.
I'm confirming that, but he was the one with me the whole time. We were a team with...
Let me ask you a question again.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
It's a very simple and direct question.
Yeah.
Did an agent introduce you to Nando?
No.
Good. Did an agent introduce you to the first guys?
Yes.
Did you pay that agent
Yes.
based on the introduction between you and the first guys?
Yes. And the finalization...
No. We have already settled that. We have already settled the issue between you and Nando, that there was no agent. You can't eat your cake and have it again. The first guys, when the agent introduced you to the first guys, how much were you supposed to pay the agent?
750,000.
Dollars.
Yes, sir.
Why?
That's what we agreed.
Of what amount? How much were you supposed to sell it to the first guys?
I was not selling it to the first guy, as I told you.
But you're paying $750,000.
After I completed the deal with Nandu.
No, Mr. Chabell,
Yes.
please do not confuse things.
I'm not confusing things.
You have already said that you don't have an agent between you and Nando. You've already said the first guys.
This agent, Mr. Abbas,
What agreement did you have with the agent to pay him if the deal goes through with the first guys?
the agreement was to pay him 750,000.
If the deal goes through with the first guys,
Correct.
how many percent of what amount will that be?
There was no percentage agreed.
So what was that agreement based on, the $750,000
It
with the
was
first guys?
based on the volume of the project.
What was the volume of the project?
I don't know, $2-3 million project, warehouses, assembly plant.
If you do not
machinery.
know
Yeah.
the volume of the project, how can you agree on a price?
I agreed with him, Mr. Counsel.
But how can you agree with him on the price if you don't know the volume of the project?
I can't reply. I just told you I agreed with him on an amount.
You agreed to pay $750,000 to an agent when you don't even know the price of the project.
The project, as I told you, the project was in the region of $2-3 million.
Where can we see that?
Nowhere.
Exactly. Exactly. Because it's false. Your testimony is false.
But it's not false.
Because that's why you don't have any evidence.
It's not false at all. I took the oath. It's not false, Mr. Lead
No,
Counsel.
Mr. Chabell, we know that it is false. But again, we will allow you to go unless there are questions from the commissioners, but you'll come back tomorrow for us to play that. Tomorrow you'll come back in the morning, but unless there are questions for you.
But it's not necessary, Mr. Counsel. You told me that, and I told you, I confirmed what you said. So I wanted to just come and give you the receipts, the funds I received from MK Stores, a reconciliation, what I have myself. And what, as I told you before also, and what I told the team next door was everything is in black and white.
You're not done yet.
Sorry?
You're not done yet.
No, okay, fine.
Any questions for the witness? I will chair. For Mr. Chabell.
For the time.
Mr. Chabell, please provide your bank statement as well.
My bank statement.
Yes.
Which one?
How many bank accounts do you have?
I have with Access Bank and with Trust Bank.
Okay. You will need that from 2018, from 2019.
From 2019.
Yes, to 2023.
But that, I cannot provide tomorrow, sir.
Okay.
I'll have to ask the bank for it.
No problem.
Can you please kindly repeat the dates?
From 2019 to 2023.
I have a question for Mr. Batchily. Mr. Batchily,
Yes, ma'am.
please provide to the Commission a letter dated the 1st of May 2019 from Banjul City Council. This was the letter of allocation.
Okay. Letter of allocation for
Ye-
the consulting company.
Sorry?
Letter of allocation for the consulting company.
Letter of allocation Banjul City Council gave to C Consulting.
Okay.
Yes. It is dated the 1st of May 2019.
Okay.
Please endeavor to bring that letter tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Batchily, before Mr. Chabell goes, you were to make an agreement as per the letter of the 30th of April 2019 addressed to the CEO, C Consulting,
Yeah.
which states that we look forward to the preparation of the agreement
Okay.
on the 30th.
I wanted to elaborate a bit on that, but I didn't want to interrupt when Ma was talking. So I
Yes.
don't know if you could allow me.
Yes.
I tell you, what's the standard format? It's based on a standard format, because normally what happens is that if the allocation of the plot on a lease base is approved by the council,
Yes.
immediately, like, I'll have to write to the party involved and then explain to them that council has agreed for the land allocation.
Yes.
Preparations normally means that all the two parties, like both the council and the leasee,
Right.
the arrangement is all about each party going to our legal representatives,
Yes.
and then they prepare lease agreements. So that is what we mean by that.
Was that done?
Yes, that's the format for all the lease allocations we've done.
So why was there no agreement between Chabell and BCC?
Yeah, because eventually then came this letter, this consulting letter.
That?
Then came the letter from his company that we should instead redirect the leasing arrangement with EMK stores.
The allocation for the portion of Danby wetland by the ministry, the Buba Sanyang, wrote to you, right?
Yes.
And then because you wrote to him requesting for a portion to be allocated to Chabell, correct?
No. Can I kindly have that? I'll explain to you.
Yes.
That was the allocation for the whole area on the
Right,
on the review.
right.
So it was not limited to one.
For the whole area?
Yeah, it was allocation for the whole area.
In 19th of April 2016?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly so. That's what the letter implies.
Yes. So it is pursuant to this letter of the 19th of April 2016
2016, yeah.
that you got the allocation,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Signed by Buba Sanya,
yes.
correct?
Yeah, the then Director of Surveys and Lands.
And lands. Okay. And this for the Danby wetland. This is the one behind the National Assembly?
No, like I said, the whole area, for example, like if you're entering Banjul from the highway,
Yes.
you could say that we have Jar Oil.
Does this cover Bond Road?
Yeah, Bond Road. Yeah.
Does this cover Bond Road?
Yes,
You covered Bond Road?
it covers Bond Road, yeah.
Okay, the sketch plan is attached.
Yes,
We'll look into it.
okay.
So it is pursuant to this that you gave to.
Then we started the leasing arrangements.
Do you have all the list of the people that have been allocated land there?
Yeah, tomorrow I'll bring the all the. I had 3/4 of them, but I was just looking for 2 or 3 more. So I want to bring all of them together, all the allocations that were made,
Together.
all the leasing arrangements that were made. I
All
want
right.
to bring it together.
All right. Mr. Chabell,
Yes, sir.
you can come back tomorrow morning
Okay.
with the necessary documents.
The repayments from Nandu.
Right.
But the bank statements, I asked you for time,
Yes.
apply to both banks to produce them.
Right.
Okay. So I don't know, I will push the bank as fast as I can, but you know.
No problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
I can leave?
Yes, sir. You have been discharged.
Thank you. Let me formally allow you to go, Mr. Elhajj. Thank you for coming. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you.
Yes. Council, are you done with Mr. Batchily?
Have the Phabian, the witness
Okay.
yesterday.
All right. Okay. So, Mr. Batchily, we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much, ma.
Thank you.
Or he can even wait. Maybe he will aid the commission in some of the questions we have for Fabian.
Okay.
Mr.
So
Batchily
you can-
is very important chair
Yes,
for
yeah,
Banjul.
let him, yes, let him. Do you want him to go out or do you want him to still wait here?
With the permission of the chair, he can stay.
Okay. So please stay for a while.
Okay,
We have the next witness
All right.
for further clarifications. Can you please call the witness?
Okay.
Welcome back, Madam Witness. You may kindly take your seat. Madam Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, I want to remind you that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you, Madam Chair. Over to you.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Phabian.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Grant Sanya.
Yes, ma'am.
You are welcome back.
Thank you, ma'am.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you very much. Yes. Do you have the documents that you were asked to bring?
Yes, please.
Maybe please say it.
My statement.
What is this?
The bank statement.
This your statement of account.
Yes, please.
And the relevance?
The original documents, I went to the council yesterday to the office, but I learned that they are no more there. They are on temporal leaves. So the original documents that we assigned are with them and the retirements as well.
So the bank statement will contain the money that you have received?
Yes, from the project.
We apply to tender the statement of account of the witness, Phabian in a grant, into evidence as an exhibit.
Which bank is this? No, which bank? Madam Ina Grant Sanyan,
Yes, ma'am.
this statement is, this account is maintained in which bank?
EcoBank.
EcoBank. The EcoBank statement maintained by the witness, covering the period 1st of February 2022 to 31st of August 2023, is hereby admitted in evidence as exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BCC/PIG/012.
As the commission places. Now, maybe you'll have to find time and highlight or get us through. Okay, can you do it now to all the payments you have received?
Oh, it's all captured there since February, I believe.
Okay. Will you be able to run us through the account as to all the payments?
Yes, I have a copy. The bank statement is from page 1 to 44.
Right.
So the first payment that was done from the project as contracted was done 2nd March 2022.
March 2022.
Yes,
How much?
25,000.
That's your allowance.
Yes.
Okay.
So on monthly basis.
Okay.
Yes. So the second payment was done 30th of March 2025.
All right.
To 25,000, pardon.
Correct.
Yes.
And you have 6th March again.
6 May.
6th May, the same amount.
6 May, yes, same amount.
27th May, same amount.
Same amount, yeah. 13th July.
July,
Yes.
same amount. 2nd August,
2nd August.
we have
31st of August.
August 2022, same amount. September 26th.
26 September, yes.
Then you have a $5,000 from Abu Senegano.
Yes.
What was that for?
Pre-finance.
Okay.
Pre-finance.
So this is what you do. For all these monies from, aside from your allowance, you can just please write a cover note to explain each what it was for.
Yes. I even have an email corresponding my pre-financing
Okay.
that I sent to Jonas.
You have it here with you.
Yes, so I printed it here, and it's here. I wrote an email to Jonas regarding the lack of nutritional support funds inquiry that was dated September 29th.
Okay.
May I read it, please?
No, we will attach that together with the cover note in relation to the monies that are featured
Yes.
in the statement of account.
Okay. I
But
can hold it?
again, back to the $100,000, that is exhibit 011 PIG, that Phabian in a grant, your exhibit number 011.
Yes.
That state that you receive $100,000, which you clearly stated in this commission that the signature is false, correct?
Yes.
Do you still maintain that?
Yes, for the aloe vera, purchasing of the aloe
Yes.
vera. Yes.
It says for the aloe vera, for medical materials for the aloe vera born wounds research activity. Do you maintain your position that you did not receive this amount?
I want to see clearance, seek clarification for an oversight, which I can read regarding this payment of 100,000.
Okay.
So I wrote, I have it here. I can tender another copy to the lady here. So I wrote in my initial statement that I received a check payment of $100,000 for the procurement of medical items for the aloe vera born wounds research activity of the health component. The issue of a voucher that specifically mentioned $100,000 for the purchase of aloe vera only was not received by me. Let me clarify that I submitted a progress report in the form of a memo, and the memo provided important progress report updates. The memo dated 22nd March 2022, which was written by me to the project coordinator, project manager, and CEO, was to submit a progress report on the health components of bond research and alcohol production. In the report, I underscore that a list of required materials for the bond research was submitted in August 2021, but there were procurement delays. On 10th March 2022, the project office handed over to me 3 checks amounting to $233,550. The first check of $123,000 was for Caraba Pharmacy for the procurement of pharmaceutical items. The second check of $10,550 was for Ecomet Medical Store. And the third check of $100,000 was under my name for the purchase of items which could not be bought from the stores at once, which include patients' daily nutritional support, daily supervision, and pre-finance costs that I have spent. So let me therefore emphasize, in view of the above, that I never received a check of $100,000 for the purchase of aloe vera.
Okay. Let me help you again, Mrs. Phabian in a grant. If you want to tender a document, just say you have a document that you want to be admitted.
Yes, I have a document regarding the memo, the progress report that I have.
Now I'm just trying to tell you how it works, so that when we see the document and we apply for it to be tendered, if it is admitted,
Okay.
then you can seek permission to read it.
Oh, okay.
If it is granted, then you can read it.
All right, sorry about
Okay.
that.
All right. Honorable Chairperson, we apply to tender a document from the witness with the heading seeking clarification for an oversight. But you need to sign this.
Yes. Because I wrote this just not to forget. I wrote it down.
Yes, but
If I'm
we'll
explaining,
still
yeah.
have it
Yes, thank you.
admitted. Yes. You know, the CEO is present,
All right.
Mr. Batchily.
Should I have my name?
Let me show you what is happening.
A document presented by the witness titled Seeking Clarification for an Oversight and is signed by the said witness, Phabian Grante Sanyang. The said document is admitted in evidence as an exhibit and it is marked as LGC/BCC/PIG/013.
As the commission pleases. Now, Mrs. Grant,
Sign in, please.
I will come back to the Honorable Analysis. Come again?
I said, Mrs. Sanya.
Sanyang, yes, of course. I will come back to the Honorable Analysis, but then the Caraba Pharmaceuticals. Again, did you negotiate with Caraba Pharmaceuticals or is it the procurement officer who negotiated?
I did not negotiate with Caraba Pharmacy.
Who did the negotiations?
I mentioned that it was Keta who did all the procurement.
Keta.
Yes.
All right. Now, Mr. Batchily, we have a voucher here. You are the CEO. You approve this payment? Correct? Yes, I will. But you were the CEO at the time.
Yes,
You were in charge of authorizing payment.
yes,
Correct?
yes.
In 2022, you guys had already removed Mr. Kamara? March 2022.
Yes.
Correct?
I think so, yeah.
And so who was there? Mama Cham.
Mama Jam, yeah.
Good. And so you and Mama Cham will be signing the vouchers and the authorizing payment.
Yes,
Correct?
yes.
You
Yes,
need
sir.
to increase your voice.
Yes.
Now I will give you this voucher, voucher number 831. Mrs. Phabian Grante Sanyang was shown this voucher, said that she did not receive this money, said that even the signature is not her signature. I will show you the voucher. You can go through the voucher. It's already in evidence. Is exhibit 011, PIG exhibit 011. So Do you recognize that voucher?
Late Council, may I ask, is this the very signature she's saying that is not
Yes,
ours?
yes.
So I'm trying to see my signature here and that of the.
We have Mama Cham's signature.
Yeah, for the approval.
Yes.
Because for the approval it says CEO BCC, but I have not seen a signature here.
Yes. But I see Mama Cham's signature.
Yes.
We don't see your signature there.
Prepared by Mohammed Cham.
Yes.
Okay. But then he has authorized by the project coordinator, the signature is blank.
Right.
Approved by CEO to is blank.
Right. What is your point?
No, I'm just making an observation.
Yeah, I know. It's for you to help us.
Then perhaps we anyway, I don't think I have a right to tell you what to do.
Mr. Batchily, you can always say what you want to say.
Okay, what I was suggesting, lead council, we call Mohammed Cham to come on board and also help us further.
Of course.
To know how this all transpires.
Of course, but you can also take it up with him as well. Mr. Batchily, there is an email in that voucher from Jonas.
Was it the first one?
Yes, an email stating or suggesting that the prices supposedly forwarded by the witness, Phabian, is on the high side. Do you see that email?
Okay.
Can you read it, please?
It says from Jonas to Gano.
Right.
Subject request for payment.
Correct.
I just looked at Phabian's original budget and the costs for the materials are much more higher than what was budgeted for.
Right.
It's approved, but I hope it's clear to everybody.
What does that mean?
Like the original budget that was submitted by herself and the cost for the materials are much higher than what was budgeted for.
Okay. Did she submit any budget?
I think if I'm not mistaken,
The answer is no. You know who has a budget? The project.
the project, yes.
Exactly. She had no budget. But then the information was given to Jonas by, I believe, Gano. Turn to the other page. You will see the emails from, I believe, it's Gano. Trying to communicate what the witness is claiming. You have seen it?
Yeah, that's request for the procurement of medical materials.
Please read it.
Okay. I like to request for
From and to.
Okay, to project coordinator, attention finance manager, from project manager.
Okay. Please read.
And then subject, request for the procurement of medical materials. I like to request for the approval for the procurement of medical materials for the aloe vera bone wounds research activity of the health component from Carabar Pharmaceuticals Limited and Ecomed as per the invoice attached. Number one, company Carabar Pharmaceuticals Limited, 123,000. Number two, Ecomed, 10,550. And then Phabian grant, 100,000. All the medical materials cannot be secured from one company. This is because of the complexity of medical materials. All the materials needed are flower base, big wooden tables, baby scale, don't know if I could pronounce this very well.
Don't worry about the pronunciation.
Okay,
Mr. Batchily, where does that come from? The information about those monies for the materials to be bought, where does it come from?
It came from the project manager.
Who is suggesting that it came from the witness Phabian? Who is suggesting that it came from the witness? Part of it also came from the witness, correct?
Yes.
Did you see anything from the witness of that sort?
The only thing I'm seeing here is this this amount of 100,000
To go to the witness.
to go
The
to
witness is a consultant.
Yes.
Is there evidence of her requesting $100,000 for aloe vera?
Based on what I've just read, no, because it's not coming from her.
Exactly.
It's
So
coming-
why is it approved?
It's coming from the project manager.
Why would it be approved?
Yeah, but if it comes from the project manager with the assumption that, he's done the needful, there is nothing else we could do
There
than to
is
approve.
no assumption of doing any needful.
Yeah.
What exists in this management, standard operational protocols, is to see proof, request put up, and if it's in line with the budget and in line with what is agreed, then you act on it. The project manager cannot just write and say, well, we need $200,000 for the consultant, and if the consultant never requested for it, you needed to see a request from the consultant attached to the letter from the manager, so that you will be better informed to either grant or refuse based on your own experience and information. Is that not the case?
Yeah, yeah.
So why was it paid? Is that the reason why you guys removed Mr. Kamara? It looks like it, Mr. Batchily.
No.
So, Mr. Batchily, you will have time to go through that. We'll call you with Mr. Cham.
Mr. Cham, yeah.
But you have time to go through that and then confirm for us.
Can I have this copy with me?
You can have a copy.
Okay, thanks.
But, Mr. Phabian,
Yes, sir.
the $100,000 that you have mentioned in your statement, did you retire this amount?
I retired the nutritional support because according to the ethical proposal that we wrote, there is a consent that is there.
There is a
Consent.
consent.
And also an agreement at the global budget that patients should be given nutritional support on daily basis.
Right.
So that nutritional support, when the patient agrees to be part of the project, to be part of we have the control and also non-control.
Right.
So the patients who are there, who are being born, daily basis we give them $200. And because it is mentioned that they have to be eating something that is proteinous and also at least nutritional to be part of it. So once given, they sign, you understand, the voucher. So I asked the project manager to prepare a voucher. But he said, no, just pay like that. I said, no, I can't pay like that because I need an evidence, because I have to retire what I request. So then from there, because once the patient signed that he or she will be part of it, it will be mentioned that they'll be given an amount of $200 every day. So since then, I have been requesting for that, and they have not been giving me. So I have to pre-finance and give to them, because according to ethics, whatever you inform the patient, you have to do it, because the patient already signed.
According to what?
The ethical consent that is given, because before the patient starts, we will communicate with the patient, inform the patient that we are doing this procedure, this is what it entails, will you like to participate? We explain the aloe vera and the SSD. So if they participate, we tell them that, okay, there is an amount that will be given for nutritional support for the child, because we are dealing with the kids. So they will buy there what they need, like water, egg, or other things that the child will need. So that amount is given on daily basis, and anybody who participates, they give them that. So all those things we are then compiled. Remember, I was pre-financing because I cannot inform the patient, and the patient give a consent, and inform the patient that I will give you 200 every day. And the patient now being part of it, and we're not giving them, is something that will raise an eyebrow. So since I mentioned it to the patient, and the patient signs, I have to give them money. So I pre-finance. So those pre-financing, all the payment vouchers, I make sure that they write their names, the date that was given, and either signature or thumbprint. I gave it to them. I give to the clinical staffs that anybody who is being paid, please write their names. So all those things have been accumulated. They printed it from the project office. I mentioned that let them put at least a letterhead and give it to the hospital at the bonds department. So those ones, anytime given to me, I leave it at the clinical site, the bond center. Once it is complete, then they will send it to the project office and retire it, plus my retirement. Nutritional support, retirement, attached vouchers.
Do you have your retirement?
It's at the office. Yesterday, when I went to the office yesterday, I met it locked. Nobody is there. But all my nutritional support, retirements, all my retirements, I always give it to the office.
We will need the retirement.
Okay, I'll go back to the office and stay.
Mr. Batchily, is that true?
I have trust in what she says.
You have?
Trust in what she says.
No, Mr. Batchily. You were the CEO. You were at the helm of affairs, correct?
Yes.
Was it true that every patient should be given $200? I didn't say I have no trust in what she is saying, but you are here.
Yeah, I think like that's the reason why I'm saying I go by that, because really I cannot remember that right now.
Mr. Batchily, you don't know.
I just don't remember it.
You don't know whether $200 was to be given to each patient.
I said I don't remember it.
If you're given time, will you be able to recall?
Because the thing is, the reason why I said I'll believe her is because...
this would have been discussed in meetings,
yeah,
right? Your engagement with the consultant, you would have had all these informations.
Yeah.
Have been discussed in meetings. You would have had minutes of these discussions. Before you agree with the consultant, you would have had an agreement among yourself.
Yeah,
the steering committee would have agreed on this.
We had several meetings with her.
Was this agreed, or do you need time to confirm?
I'll need time to confirm that. Still lead counsel.
Ms. Phabian,
Sir?
on ethical grounds, whatever you tell the patient is what you do.
Yes, sir.
If the agreement was to give every patient $10,000 and it's beyond your reach?
It's because I worked based on the budget. It is mentioned
the
there.
agreement is with the patient is such that you cannot pre-finance it. What do you do?
I allow them, since they are at the hospital for a number of days, I just wait. But I cannot see a patient after being informed that they will be given. I looked at them like...
I've already heard you. Now
Yes.
answer the question. If your agreement is with the patient is such that you yourself, you cannot honor it because the people that are supposed to honor it failed, what are you to do?
I will explain to the patient what transpired.
Why did you not do that? Because you were not supposed to be in a position to pull out your money and pay.
Because I believe that they were vulnerable and I needed to support them.
No. It would not be ethical to do that. Again.
Okay.
No, you don't have to agree. You know your profession more than I do.
Right.
But I don't think it is ethical as well to be pulling out from your own money and paying the patients. It's not personal. When you treat patients, it's not personal. Remember, it's not personal. Is that not the case?
That's right.
So you are acting as a consultant, and you rightly conveyed a message to your patients because you were informed by the people that hired you or the people you work with. You didn't misrepresent to the patients. You didn't lie to the patients. You told them exactly what you agreed with BCC and the steering committee. If that cannot be fulfilled, that you cannot be held to be unethical by any standard, because you did not misrepresent. So why would you continue to pay? It's a question. What I see, what appears to be very apparent, is that you knew, again, there was some funny, shady business with BCC. You condoned it. Even with procurement. You were either part of it or you condoned it. That was why in your statement, when the chairperson raised the issue of you accepting receiving $100,000, and your oral statement says otherwise, it's very clear. So, my friend, it's either you knew what they were saying, they were doing, it was wrong, but then you wouldn't want to say that they are wrong openly until you were caught, or you participated in it. The choice is yours. I said to you this the last time. Well, if money is withdrawn and cannot be accounted for, someone somewhere has to be responsible. Mr. Batchily and team will have to tell the commission where the money has gone to. If you know something about it, you have to say it. And that's how it works. Do you know how it works, Mrs. Sanya? This is how it works. Any questions for these witnesses?
No questions.
I believe that's all for Mrs. Jatta. She has asked that she wants to go back and get the retirement because we still, Chairperson, we still need the retirement for the monies that she received and for her to give us information about those retirements.
Mrs. Sanyang, we implore you that you endeavor to provide us with the retirement as evidence of expenditure of the monies that was given to you. And Council, are you calling Mr. Cham tomorrow to clear this voucher, which Mrs. Sanyang has said the signature on the voucher is not her signature?
Yes.
So, what I want to clarify from Mr. Batchily is that you were the one that co-signed the check
Yes,
that
ma'am.
granted the money to Mrs. Sanyang.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you signed the check, did you go through this voucher to authenticate, to confirm whether the signature was hers? Or it was just given to you by the manager and you just signed without looking at the accompanying documents and the issues that were raised by Jonas in his email attached to this voucher? Would that not have reason, would that not have raised a red flag for you?
Yes, but really, I did not want to believe that this signature was fraudulent.
Pardon? Can you state that again?
Let's put it like this. I cannot ascertain that this signature was fraudulent.
You cannot ascertain?
Yeah, then, that this signature was fraudulent.
Why?
Well, that was the belief I had.
Sorry?
That was the belief I had.
Now, the email that is attached to that voucher,
Yes.
ordinarily, should it have made you ask questions?
Yeah, because if I go by what the email is saying here, it's
Yes.
talking about the budget by her is seemingly higher than what was originally budgeted for.
Yes.
That's the understanding.
My
that
concern
I
is
understand.
that a project official had raised the issue,
Yeah.
which seems to be inconsistent with what was actually budgeted for.
Yes.
Would this email not have triggered for you to look at this voucher a second time and ask questions?
I agree.
As the person signing the final check to disburse 100,000.
I agree to that.
Sorry?
I agree to what you're saying. It should have been done.
So is it a mistake on your side, or is it an error, or is it an oversight? Or is it that you knew and you just decided to close your eyes because you have some beneficial interest from this transaction?
No, certainly I did not know about it.
So what is the case?
I would say, I would not call it an oversight.
Sorry?
I would not call it an oversight too. But maybe it was like I did not read everything before I signed it.
You did not read everything
Yes.
before you signed. So where we do not have evidence of retirement of this, you agree to take responsibility?
Well, yes, since I was the head.
Sorry?
Since I was the head,
Yes.
perhaps I would have no choice than to accept it.
Council, thank you.
But,
So
but-
he
but-
wants a copy of that. In the meantime, can Mr. Gay copy this so that he can do whatever he needs to do with the document before we close? The voucher. You requested for a copy, right?
Yeah, ma.
Yes.
Can I make a suggestion too?
Yes.
If we were to invite Mohammed Cham, I think I'm suggesting that we also invite the project manager to come and shed more light on this, if it's possible.
We have invited everyone, Mr. Batchily.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
So Batchily, this is the problem. When you do not do things right, you remove Mr. Kamara. When you never had no power, you and the mayor to remove Mr. Kamara, you see?
No, anyway, lead council, I think I will not touch on that too much. I'll leave it like that. Because anyway, Mr. Kamara.
That's Honorable Chairperson. They will be coming back tomorrow.
Just ask Madam Sanyang one question. For the 17 staff, in one of the exhibits that we admitted, it indicated 14 staff. Can you explain the differences? What you have in your statement is that you recruited 17 staff, but the documentary evidence we have, it says 14 staff. So which one is correct?
The one that you have, the PI, the principal investigator, and the co-principal investigator is not included.
Which one?
The one that you have, that is 14th,
Yes.
including the clinical investigator, the principal investigator.
No, I'm asking you now, for these two documents that we have, which one is correct?
It's the 17th.
The 17 is correct?
Yes, I can confirm it here. Yeah, the 17 is correct. I have it here.
The 17 is the one that is correct.
Yes.
So the one that we have as an exhibit is not correct.
Can I see the one you have, please?
Sorry?
Can I see the one you have, please?
The one I'm referring to is what you have
Submitted
put in
yesterday.
your statement of the 29th of August,
Yes.
2023.
Yes, that one is just for the clinical staffs at the bond center.
Yes.
But the PI, the co-PI, I mentioned the PI, the principal investigator,
Yes.
the co-principal investigator, and the clinical investigator.
No. I am not asking you to go into details of the identity and the titles and heads of the titles of the people that you. What I'm asking about is that you have said you recruited 17 staff.
Yes.
So that is what I want to confirm. Is it 17 staff you recruited or it is 14 staff you recruited? That's the only confirmation I need.
Yeah, that's why I said I wanted to see the one that you have, so that I
Which
can
one?
confirm it.
It's a document that emanated from you.
Yes. That's why I mentioned that the investigators are not incorporated in that document. It's the clinical staffs.
Okay.
Yes.
So is it a mistake from your statement, or what are you saying?
No, it's the clinical support staff that are there, but the investigators are not there.
Okay. So, but the investigators are also part of
Part of
this?
the 17, yes.
So, Mr. Batchily,
Yes, ma'am.
these staffs that were employed on this project, we can glean from the documents that they were handpicked by Mrs. Sanyang, and this was evidence in her statement when she said she had a Zoom meeting and she identified her own staff. So my question is, your office did not participate in the hiring of the staff of the project, is that correct?
Relating to the
health component
yes.
of the project.
Yeah, you are correct.
Sorry?
You are correct.
I am correct.
Yes.
All right. So, Madam Sanyang, the appointment of the staffs did not pass through any committee for selection as provided for by the manuals? Were they handpicked, or were they selected, or were they, was there any proper process that was followed in the hiring of the staff?
Yes, they were selected by, the nurses were selected by the chief metro.
They were selected?
They were selected, the nurses.
Yes.
And the doctors, they were selected by also the deputy CMD.
So can we infer that the selection of these staffs that were working in this project was subjectively done?
Yeah. Based on where they work.
Was it subjectively done, or was it objectively done? Because you have already answered a preceding question, which presumes something. So now I'm asking, was it subjective or was it objective?
I can't answer that.
Was it subjective?
I don't know.
Huh?
Can't answer that.
You said?
So I can't answer that.
You can't answer that?
Yeah, because I make sure that.
But
like,
you have just told
yes,
me that.
Yes.
No, hold on. You have just told me that they were selected. So if
By
they were
the-
selected, it is subjective. Is that not correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Thank you. Council, is that all? Till tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes. It's a convenient point to stop. Is Madam Sanyang coming just for submission or for further verification? Council? Yes.
We're done.
You are done with her?
For today, yes.
Yes. So she's supposed to bring in the documents by tomorrow, right?
Yes, can you produce the documents by tomorrow?
Because they mentioned that that office is temporarily locked, and I can't get access to any documents because
But
they are on
now,
temporary
Mrs.
leave.
Sanyang, do you know it's your responsibility to provide us with evidence,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am. So I will go
All right,
back tomorrow.
we will allow you up to Monday to come and submit
Submit it.
Submit
Okay.
the documents.
Yes, because today, because to bring it tomorrow, it's already 4. Nobody will be there.
All right, we
tomorrow.
will give you up to Monday to submit the documents.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. So is Mr. Batchily coming back tomorrow, Council? So Mr. Batchily, see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. We may rise.